8.6% inflation. What did I say yesterday on this show? I told you it's like Democrats are trying to tank to get the overall number one draft pick. Did no one in the Democrat Party look at the calendar and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't have our primetime trial of Donald Trump on air the evening before inflation numbers come down? Because what happened? I told you a 40-year high of inflation was coming, and what happened? It exceeded expectations. How many times can the experts have their expectations exceeded when it comes to what's going on with inflation rate? 8.6%, the highest since December of 1981. Joe Biden's still floundering around trying to blame Vladimir Putin for inflation when it's his own idiotic policies that have put this in place. And by the way, it would be far worse if his Build Back Better agenda had passed. And let me tell you this right now. Everybody who's a Republican right now, take a pledge, raise your hand, and say you will not spend any more money. Because the last thing we need in this country right now is our government spending any more money. We spent way too much trying to pay people not to work during COVID. We spent way too much on top of that on an infrastructure package. Trillions of dollars out the door, very real consequences with all this spending, such that many of you watching and or listening to this right now have never lived in America with inflation rates this high. And oh, by the way, the inflation is still increasing. 8.5% 2 months ago, 8.3% this month. Last month, 8.6% in the May number. This is why Joe Biden's overall approval rating is down somewhere around 35%. Joe Biden said he wanted to unite America. The only thing he's united America in is that he is incompetent when it comes to this job. 2/3 of people are not in favor of Joe Biden's administration right now. So this 8.6% inflation was eminently foreseeable, and it totally took away from the story of January 6th, which lasted for 8-10 hours? And then it was pushed right off of the headlines by this disastrous inflation report, the worst since December of 1981.